Hey everybody, this is the creators of the Linux Tube. I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
Today we got a video we're bringing to you from a user suggestion.
It's called Q4OS based on Debian 11. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I got it spun up in our virtual machine in my Virt Manager, so we're gonna go ahead and log in. This is what you're greeted with. This is Light DM. This is what your login screen looks like.
I wanted to say thank you to that user as well. I get to learn something new on this one. This one's kind of fun.
And here we go. We're logging in. This is... You like that?
It's got a synthesizer in there.
It's got a login sound like the old Windows 98 and 95 days and Windows days. This is based off of the Trinity desktop, which is a fork of KDE. It's Debian 11 based.
Is this Windows XP?
No, this is not Windows XP. It is looking a lot like it. It is pretty cool. I completely enjoy the retro feel of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, when you're looking at it
Just that startup sound.
the startup sound is just, yeah. And it's really funny because another content creator out there actually did a video about a week and a half ago about how to get startup sounds in your computer, because he thought that was pretty cool for nostalgic. And here's one that comes with it right out the box.
Right on.
So let's go over here. Conqueror is the I don't think you've ever heard about Conqueror, but Conqueror is a file browser / web browser combination. It is a file browser like your Dolphin Manager or your Nautilus that you have in GNOME, but it's also a file manager. Internet web browser, just like Firefox and Chrome and all that. So, but anyhow, this is the way it's over. You can find this distribution at www.q4os.org. Okay.
It's on the screen there.
Yep, it's right here in the top right, top left-hand corner. It says, "Welcome to Q4S, Q4OS, fast and friendly desktop-oriented operating system based on Debian Linux." Providing a set of dedicated utilities and specific optimizations combined with a focus on getting a productive system easily. So basically, it comes pretty much loaded out the box for everything that you need. So
we already played around with it a little bit and changed the themes in the background, and there's a lot of different options you can do with this one.
As you can with all, Linux distributions, but more specifically, that is the one thing that KDE, even in the old the forks and the older iterations of it, as well as the KDE 5, the newest one, that's what it's known for. It's high customization abilities. You can customize everything, on it, So, but at any instance,
put the taskbar on the top or on the side,
you can
or
move it all
change your
over.
clocks and.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that about your other desktop, but
that's because I use a tiling window manager. But anyhow, what's nice about this is they make a specific note about a rock being rock stable. The goal is to provide long-term supported system receiving security updates, which is exactly what Debian base is guaranteed about.
What I really like about it is
that's why Linux Mint, Ubuntu
feel protected.
System 76. Pop OS, all those Debian derivatives. That's exactly why they choose it, is because it's very stable.
Long-term support.
Yep, and it's got long-term support. Yep, and so they use that and the Debian development model to keep the core system as immutable as possible. In other words, as solid in the background and not causing issues. So you know it's there, but you don't know it's there. It's sort of have to deal with it. Visual themes, look switcher, you can get to...
That's what we messed with a little bit, huh?
Yeah, the Trinity desktop is a lightweight, fast, efficient, in many ways, surpasses competition. So there's another desktop that's out there that's lightweight that a lot of people use, and this is geared more for like your older equipment, like your old laptops, your older, dual core and quad core PCs, that don't have a lot of system resources, hardware wise. It's XFCE and this one. These are geared for that. Huh. Only difference is This is actually a fork of KDE, so it uses probably a lot less system resources as a result of it. That you're probably not as intensive in the RAM department like a lot of your KDE is. Although the KDE5 has become less resource intensive as well. They've been focusing on that. Has been a focus about them because that's the one other downside for high customization. Requires a lot of bells and whistles to be happening in the background and
Right.
those things happening.
Computing power.
Use computing
It's funny
power.
because I really like this one.
Yeah.
It's so basic, and
Yeah.
like you're saying, it's
Yeah,
one of the more basic ones.
I think for me, to be honest with you, what the part that hits me is the nostalgia of it. It takes me back.
just feels,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
when I was using computers and
logging
as a
into
young adult,
logging into dial-up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Got the Netgear password.
Yeah, and it already comes with if we minimize this, you'll see it comes with this nice little welcome screen that pops up. You got all these desktops, which are so semblant to the old 98 days, Windows 98 days, on the desktop already installed, for you to get to where you need to. It's like they even got my computer, my documents, they got trash, my network. I mean, it is.
It's funny.
It is. It's awesome.
Somebody really had fun making this.
Right.
It's like a total play on nostalgia.
Well, it's just a theme that we enabled, and I believe if we go to
if we can find it again.
Control Panel.
There it is.
It was in Control Panel.
Took us a minute to find it originally. It's like,
Let's go ahead and make that a
where
little
are
bit bigger for you guys.
themes?
Appearance and themes, I believe, is what it is.
There you go. Yep.
And then Theme Manager right here, and this is what we pull up. We're going to make this big.
Bow.
And we are on the QS04 default theme.
And then show Spring. Was that the next one?
Spring, is that the one? Yep, that is one. That's the one that looks like Windows XP. Then Wine Classic is the one that looks like Windows 98.
Yeah, even the start. There's a start button at the bottom.
Start button, yeah. Let's go ahead and switch to that one. I'm going to hit apply on this one. I'm going to hit OK.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And we're going to close that out. And
That's how easy it is to switch.
Look,
Yeah.
Look. That's so cool. That is so crazy cool. I mean, the developers really did awesome bringing back these nostalgic themes that they created.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I mean, even look at the
icons.
The icons.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
that's kind of crazy. I mean, that's crazy. So anyhow, when you log in, you get welcomed with this. This is what you get welcomed with. You get welcomed with this welcome screen, which is pretty cool. It's got your desktop profiler. You can turn on desktop effects.
Every time you start up, it's gonna.
Yeah, as long as you.
This is your welcome screen.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So if this box in the bottom, where it shows this dialog.
Oh, I see.
Startup,
There we go.
If you uncheck it, then it will not start every time. A lot of people get rid of that because they think it's naggy. But when you're new to a distribution, I highly recommend that you keep that enabled because there's a lot of things in it that they put in there that are quick help.
Navigate, help you navigate it.
Help you navigate it, right? Like
totally.
it takes you to the web page for the wikis and that kind of stuff. Or like you can set auto login, install applications, which is really cool because it's opening up the Synaptic Package Manager.
Look how different that looks.
Yeah, it's retro. It's like old retro, man. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's old retro. I mean,
Oh wow.
yeah, it's crazy. And then install proprietary codecs. These are your third-party ones that enable you to watch videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, codecs.
So multi-codecs are downloading right now. It's just that
Does like
fast.
VLC come with a bunch of them?
Well, VLC does, yeah. But there's some other ones that are back, so it's checking, So what it's doing in the Debian doesn't, because Debian is based off of free and open source software.
Yeah,
And
really.
so it doesn't come with the, I'm going to click install now. And just like that, we're downloading them. Anyhow, with Debian, there's also the non-free repository, which is where all your proprietary codecs and drivers are at, like your NVIDIA drivers or any third-party codecs that you may need for audio playing or whatever.
Okay.
That's where you're going to find them at, and that's what this is doing.
God, your computer's so fast.
This is doing well.
Is it the internet or your computer? That's your computer.
Both. I have 100 megabit internet, and I also have a Ryzen.
I live out in the woods,
Ryzen
so
computer,
I have 13 megabytes per second. Or
Yeah.
so. I come here and I'm just like, oh my god.
It's done. Now, I wonder what this more options gives us. Set up screen scaling, hardware info, and documents online. This is where, and the donate button. Now, we just did a video on developers and appreciating them, and how some developers.
This one's a little harder to find too.
It is.
Usually it's up at the top. Or like,
Yeah. But at any instance, their developers, the systemd creator has joined Microsoft. And a lot of people in the community are a little upset about it, calling them some names and stuff, which really, when it comes to it, he spent a lot of time developing systemd. He put a lot of time and effort in, just like us content creators. We do the same thing. And
he deserves to get paid.
He needs to get paid, and he's trying.
Life happens.
Yeah, he's got bills that he's got to pay, and, doing, freelance stuff probably isn't cutting it all the time. So he needed a little bit more job security. So, he had to take the option that was presented for him.
Gas prices.
Now, we can change that.
Get paid.
We do have the option to change that. And that's by simply clicking on the donate to Q4OS and supporting the developers and people who are doing anything to better Linux and make it a common everyday.
Especially if you enjoy it.
Greatness and goodness that it is. If you enjoy it, man, donate. Buy them a cup of coffee or donate $20 or $30, whatever you can afford. Donate it. Help them. Show them the love, because they're loving you first by giving you all this stuff greatly, Doesn't hurt. So, hardware info, we're going to click this, and it's probably going to show you all. Yep.
Still cheaper than updating to Windows 10.
Oh, absolutely. So this is going to give you the system overview. You can see it's my Ryzen computer, my RAM, and all this crap, right? And then also your CPU information, right? Which is kind of cool. It's going to give you the Zen Plus
right on
architecture. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool what it's got built into this little welcome.
A lot of details.
Oh yeah. So and that's the welcome menu. So then, of course, this is your desktop. You right click on it. You've got your drop down menus that happen. And in here you have you can create new folder, I'm sure, on here. Yep, new folder. You can, link URL if you wanted to put it. I don't know why you'd want to do that. But
notice there's no link on the desktop for the terminal. It's kind of interesting, that. Because that's something I use all the time now that I'm more familiar with it.
Yeah.
To get, so it's just, I think there's even one on the bottom on Pop OS.
Yeah.
And then I have one right here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't one.
Well, that's because you didn't have that in Windows, so that's kind of went retro to this one. But you can right-click on here and open up Terminal.
There's Terminal.
So there it is. And as you can see, it's a console. The terminal in this is going to be console. Retro, even they retroed it to look older, which is cool. Yeah. It's got the old retro. But back to this. So you got your icons, you got your windows, you can do your cascading of windows. You can refresh your desktop. You can do your Power Session Manager here, which is kind of crazy. I mean, it's like old school Windows 98. So, and then on the bottom, you have your panel, which has your launcher here, which is where you can launch all your programs. As you can see, console terminal here, Conqueror, the web browser / file manager. And then you got accessories, which got your usual stuff, your categories: development, games, graphics, internet, multimedia, so forth and so on. System. So you have super user. Oh, you've got actual programs that you can open up in super user mode already. Wow, Crusader file manager. That's cool. Wow, how many file? It's got Conqueror on here, which is a file manager. And Dolphin, which is a standard KDE one, and then Crusader. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then you got HTOP on here, which is really nice. If a lot of people don't know what that is, that's a little system resource tells you. It tells you, and you can also kill processes with it here too. It tells you how much RAM you're using, which right here we're using only 400, less than a half a gig of RAM.
Wow.
And only, what is that? 1.4% of my CPU went between 2 cores out of the 6 cores I have assigned to this. It's so lightweight and efficient. It's insane. And then, here's all your...
this would be good on my old laptop then.
Yeah, look at all your different processors that are... Yes, absolutely. These are all your different processors that are running in the background. Your Xorg, which is your X display. It's your display server. So you can actually... you use a desktop that's GUI driven instead of all command line. And then, it's got other different, programs that are doing very few programs. Conqueror, because it's running in the background. So, but anyhow, that's your HTOP. Look at your HTOP. Back to the start menu. So that's where you get to all your stuff. You got your documents, which is basically just like your regular documents folder where you go into if you got any documents saved and pictures. Those are the two most commonly used folders. That's why they've got them there. And then, of course, your system settings, which is... they even got control panel.
Yeah.
Like Windows 98 and Windows control panel. The
and
network
find
connections.
And everything just,
Yeah, start menu, all this stuff. Find, help, run command. This is where if you want to type in something, you can run it at the command line. So it's like a script runner for terminal.
It's almost like terminal,
right?
right?
It's just like terminal. Yeah, exactly.
Old school.
And then, of course, you got any windows that are opened. Tabbed
so it
on
came
the
with Firefox?
Yeah,
or is that just because you had that? Or
no, it comes with Firefox. So almost every Linux distribution comes with Firefox installed.
Oh, okay.
There's a few of them that come with Vivaldi. Other ones come with Chrome. But mostly all of them come with Firefox.
Because you use something else. You don't like Firefox, right?
Yeah, I use Brave, which is a Chromium-based one. It's more privacy. It blocks ads, and it keeps them from tracking you. It's got a lot of like tracking and all the telemetry removed. So yeah, it's very nice. I really enjoy it. And so we're gonna go down to help, and we're gonna go to about and see. Oh, this is the most current version of Firefox, which is 100.0. So it's up to date. Once again,
it looks 20 years old, but it's
it's retroed.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a theme that the desktop uses.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so there's that, right? I'm gonna close out of
What's
all
the
this. Synaptic Package Manager?
Thank you.
This is basically your software store.
Synaptic.
This is your software store.
Synaptic.
Yeah, Synaptic Package. This is what you use. So you may have a GUI in Pop! OS. Ubuntu has a GUI that the adder software. Actually, no. Let's take that back. Synaptics uses Snaps now, which is their own containerized apps that they download.
They have FlatHub.
Yeah, Flatpak's the same way it's containerized. Synaptic is the actual software and the repository where you download all the free and open source software for Linux. Okay, any Debian-based distribution uses the Synaptic Package Manager behind it. Okay,
60,000 packages listed. 1,700 installed.
Yep, are on this thing right here.
So that's out of the box.
Yep. So
wow,
this is it right here. They got it categorized right down here. But you can.
There's no pictures.
No.
So,
Yeah, this is what it used to be, the old school. So
it's not like mine.
Right. So if you want, like, say you know the name of it, like say you were reading an article and somebody said, "Oh, this is a great program to use," or whatever, right? So you basically come.
Or you need it to get another program to run.
Exactly. You click on search. You type it in. Like, let's type in, just for the sake of this, OBS, right? Which is an Open Broadcast Studio. OBS. We're going to hit search. And it's going to search it, and it's going to find anything that has O and BS in it. And, of course, you're probably going to drop all the way down to the bottom.
Wow, there's a lot.
To get to OBS, where it's the actual package. OBS Studio right here.
There we go.
So there it is. That's for recording and streaming, which is what we're using right now to record and stream this thing.
So you could have typed OBS Studio and maybe got there a little faster, everybody. But.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's, as with any search, the more detail you give, the more refined.
Yeah.
Okay, but so then what you do is you click on this, mark for installation, right? Hit mark. It's going to tell you all. It's going to also check off all the dependencies that it needs, and then you hit apply, and then it's going to give you this. It's going to tell you what's to be installed. 8 packages, how much space that you'll need, and where it's going to be downloaded. Here you can click on it and expand it, and you can see what it's going to install, and then you hit apply. And now,
wow, easy.
Yeah, and now it's downloading and installing. If you click details, it gives you kind of like the what you would get in terminal. This is the terminal.
Yeah, you don't have to copy nothing and then paste it in terminal.
No,
some of them are like that,
Well, yeah, some things that you're choosing to do, but it's always
this is a lot easier.
I think so. I mean, I don't know. I do all my stuff because I use Arch Linux and I use a tiling window manager, and so I install all my stuff through the command line. So I don't, I don't know, It's finished, by the way. So you can close the window now. So anyhow, and that's it, and it's all completely installed. Now it resets itself, and it's fine. So now you can close back out, and if you go to your programs, let's go to programs. It's going to probably be into multimedia, OBS Studio, right there, just like that.
Bam.
Yep. So anyhow,
Sweet.
no, I use and install mine through command line because sometimes in the repositories you don't always get the most up to date, and so
I've noticed that.
And so what I do is I will always sync my repositories, in the command line, and make sure I can get the most up to date fresh package that way. So anyhow,
That's
so there's
something
that.
I need to learn how to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyhow, so here
The terminal's still like scary to me, or it's still like unknown territory,
Well, that's where I always recommend to people
I need to
make
learn
sure
more.
that you have Snapper installed with BTRFS or
Take it
if
back
you have
in time or
BTRFS, or time shift, right? Exactly, for the front end to make yourself a
Save point.
save point.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, and then restore back to it if you have to. If
Yeah.
you mess something up.
It's great advice.
Yeah.
For someone that's poking around, and
Yep. So
I play with a lot of stuff on mine,
So that's your start button with your launcher and how you
like
can
to change things.
and how you can use that. Over here on the right hand side is your system tray, which is your standard, typical, everyday system tray. You've got it tells you what languages your computer is working on. So if you have multiple languages, you can switch in between them right here. So like I speak fluent Spanish, so I could download and install the Spanish language pack on here, and I could switch to it right away. It's got your clipboard.
Interesting.
Right, and this is any devices that are connected, network. Sorry, it's your network manager.
Oh.
No, I don't want to quit that.
Yeah, I thought that was a USB thing.
Yeah, it
Pops
kind
up
of looks like
over
it too, but I guess
Yeah,
that is a
right?
rough. I guess that's a rough Ethernet plug connector.
Okay.
It's kind of crazy.
We are connected.
Yeah. So anyhow, and then of course your volume. Your
Wow.
your volume mixer.
Super smooth.
Yeah. If you click on that, that's like your old time and date, which is set to military time. Which I'm pretty sure if you can go into
Yeah.
click on it and adjust date and time, I'm sure you can switch between 24-hour time and non-24-hour time somewhere. Given time, you can find it, just poke around. But anyhow, so that's a quick down and dirty overview of Q4OS. I gotta say, for a new to Linux user that is of Gen X variety, they'll really appreciate this because of the nostalgicness of it that you can get through the really quick little themes. I mean, in there that had a Windows XP theme looking. It also had one that had the Windows 7 Aero style theme in there, but the bar was in the wrong place. The
You
bar,
could fool somebody too,
yeah, the bar was on the left hand side.
Yeah.
But in any instance, I really like this, and I thank the user who
Quit it.
excuse me, sorry. I thank the user that suggested this because it took me down a nostalgic road.
Yeah,
and
it's very fun.
That is, yeah, it was really fun. That was really, really fun. I mean,
Me and
you
Alex
don't-
had some giggles here.
Yeah, you
but
don't get that very often.
walking through it. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that very often, and that was cool. That was really cool. And I think that he said that, believe it or not, I think that these people, the developers, come out of Germany. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they come from Germany, or it's developed in Germany. The main developers are.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, pretty cool. Anyhow, please join our channel, like, subscribe. Also, visit us on Patreon, the Linux Tube, over at patreon.com. And in the comments down below, please, let us know what you thought of it. How you think about this.
Or if there's anything else you want us to check out and walk through for you, we got you.
Anything that you guys want us to check out or overview, man? Yeah, exactly. We got you. Thanks. You guys have a great day and keep on Linuxing.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
Bye.